What's up, guys? I'm back. Man, this is gonna be an interesting video for y'all today. Cause the title of my video is going to be I know what UAPs are. Yep, I sure do. But before I begin, I'm gonna ask that you guys support the channel by hitting that like button. Cause what I'm about to tell y'all is out there. I might not even really touch on that subject like that, but I leave it to you, the viewer, to decide for yourself. Because there's a lot of things going on besides what we think is going on. So let's get this party started, right? Okay, so at the end, I'll let you guys know a little bit of something that's going to be interesting and that you guys are going to find interesting. But yes, I do know what UAPs are. And some people right now are probably like, wait a minute. NASA just said, the old administration, by the way, that you have Bill Nelson say, that UAPs are not of extraterrestrial origin, but they do not know what UAPs are. I'm actually going to tell you guys. I really am. Not saying I'm this big scientist. I'm not a no scientist. I'm just regular guy trying to figure some things out. And I think that I hit the nail on what I believe is these UAPs. I know people are like, ah, that's easy one, extraterrestrials. Well, of course. That's one of the things that you can say out, from the big, at the end of the day, anybody's going to believe that extraterrestrial is the missing link here. Not everybody embraces that belief. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about drones, UFOs, and UAPs. I wonder, right? Are they all the same thing, just with different names? Because, of course, if y'all remember back in the day, it used to be called UFOs, unidentified flying object, which is an object that's in the sky that no one can identify. But at the end of the day, you have to remember, as a citizen, okay, that we are, all of us, we're not privy to, governmental projects and stuff like that. We're not. We're like outside of the box for them. If you're not in that type of the field, then we have nothing to do with none of that. So we don't know what these objects are in the skies. If you want to call them UAPs, because that's the new name they have for the UFOs now, they actually changed the middle. I'm sure a couple of you guys remember it used to be unidentified aerial phenomenon, and then they switched the aerial into anomalous. So now that's called unidentified, anonymous phenomenon. I apologize, guys, if I said it wrong just now. But yeah, definitely, I believe that there's a lot of things going on. If you guys want to believe that all this is tied to history, of course, science don't say that there's any life at all other than us. So they're still waiting on that, supposedly, right? Because you got these 5,000 exoplanets that have been found by the telescope, the James Webb telescope. Um, there's a lot of things, man. That it's just insane. It's insane. Okay. I wrote down some notes because sometimes trying to do this off the top of my head, it's good, but it keeps me sharp if I just look at my notes real quick. But yeah, wow. This is gonna be interesting, guys, because y'all remember that Chinese balloon that came on flying into the States? Okay. And they were able to make it so far before it was discovered that it's a Chinese spy balloon. So, of course, at first, something like that can be identified as a unidentified object because they don't know what it was at the time, but they knew that it was already in the skies. And then, of course, now they know it was a spy balloon. So it's getting more interesting with technology as you see as technology seems to be advancing at a very very rapid pace. As you can see, look, now we have AI now. 10 times faster you can get information now as to the internet that you can use it, and then through avenues, but now with AI you're able to do anything now. AI is able to give you information within seconds. In my opinion, I would say that, of course, every country in the world, which includes the top countries, America, Russia, China, Britain, the top, the creme de la creme, I believe that these countries definitely are in competition with each other, of course, because at the end of the day, no one wants to be the worst empire, right? Everybody wants to have the best empire that they can protect and make it the most powerful empire in the world. Now, of course, with this age of technology, I would say if you have the most technology, the most advanced technology, you might be able to, of course, dominate planet Earth with the most, because you have the most advanced technology. Do you guys believe that these UAPs are of extraterrestrial origin? Do I believe it? That's a possibility, yes. Can't rule that out. But also, you can't rule out the fact that, once again, there's been so many things that have been happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about. And so, things that are being done is even kept away from us, the people who, the taxpayers, right? So it's kind of weird how people really don't realize where all these money been going to, which once again, which includes these projects that no one who has no clearance, at the end of the day, how you gonna know? I just say that compared to all the kingdoms on this planet, if we're starting all the way from Eridu, we notice that this is way better society than it was back then. But, hold on, because those pyramids that were made in Egypt, let me clarify completely. In Africa, okay, Egypt that's in Africa, so everybody don't get confused, because there's only one Egypt. Um, it's a possibility that they probably used machines of some type of technology that was able to help them make the pyramids. Okay, I know this is not about the pyramids. This is about UAPs and what UAPs are, and I'm going to tell you what they are. But I'm trying to present some things for you so that you have an open mind and see what I see. I mean, if you don't see, I'm obviously being obvious. No one's gonna miss it. No one's gonna miss it. Even though that I do believe that yes, we are not alone in the universe. Do I think that everything in the skies we see is of extraterrestrial origin? No, of course not. Not everything have to be something that we're thinking is going to be. Because that's the thing that we all expect. We expect to see another um, species besides Earth. I mean, humans on Earth. And we're looking forward to seeing some, beings from the skies if they really do exist at all. I know there's so much going on, man. Like I remember there was, and this was before Trump came into office. He was in the Joe Rogan show, and he mentioned something about people from the stars. Is the way he said it that way, because he was saying to obviously, this is insane. It's just there's a lot of things that are not adding up, man. Because he just brought it up, and he told Joe Rogan, "Oh yeah, so yeah, let's talk about the star people." Is how he said it. The people from the stars. And then they got into the conversation. Now, clearly, he always says that he's not a believer. But if you remember seeing a video where his son was asking him questions about Area 51, and he was saying he saw a lot of interesting things. Now remember, if you really paid attention to when he said it was very interesting place, and he said interesting quite a few times, that should tell you enough right there. But does that mean it's extraterrestrial? Could be. Could be. But let's see, because as I was telling you guys, that if this was the case, that we were dealing with a scientific breakthrough, finding life outside of the planet Earth, not only just any life, but intelligent life, you know what I mean? That would be amazing if that's the case. Even though, yes, we know there's tons and tons of stories of the past. As you guys saw, that I got plenty of videos that I put on all those subjects of these 1950 UFO craze, where you had these meetings and stuff. And, you know, there was a lot of BSers back in those times, just like they are now. But remember, we do not know for certain if the technology that we have been advancing on this planet is coming from an extraterrestrial race. I mean, I don't know if that's what it is. We don't know that. We can only speculate and theorize. But since we have no evidence to, you know, prove any of that, then we just have to leave it as open. That's all. Open source. But yeah, it's getting interesting. It's getting more interesting on this planet. I think that the time is going to be soon. If they are going to reveal that extraterrestrials do exist on planet, not on planet Earth, well, now probably, but that they came from different star systems. That's a possibility. We can't rule anything out. But it's crazy, because if history has been tampered with, it's like, how can I believe that the science that we have been taught now is that, it's really teaching us that real science, maybe they're not trying to take us there because they don't want us to go that far with it. But who knows? Once again, I'm just theorizing here. I don't know. I really don't know. Man, okay, so I'm still trying to figure out why all of a sudden Trump is not asked about the drones in the skies that are still there, still flying around. If you remember, what the press secretary said was that they were private citizens, and that lobbyists and hobbyists, or I guess I meant to say hobbyists, not lobbyists. Sorry about that. And she said that they were private citizens that like just flying drones and also performing research. But once again, they left it at open, because, all right, what type of research are they performing? And not only that, who are these private citizens that you're talking about? What gets them the right to fly these drones in the air for research purposes that we don't know about? That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And then something doesn't add up when you have, Trump saying before he got into office, and of course he was briefed before he even got to office, so it's not like he didn't know already what was going on with these drone situation. Because as soon as he said, oh, well, one day into office, the next day I'll let you guys know what these drones are. Boom. And he didn't do it. He waited a week. A week. So, I mean, come on. And then to be on camera and telling his, I think one of the people he meant, has a female's name, and I apologize, I don't know her name right now. But when he said, oh, can we look into this drone situation? Now, that also caught my attention, because once again, here's a guy that was already briefed ahead of time before he entered into office. So he already knew what it was or what it is, but he waited 1 week later. And then he didn't come out and said it himself like he told us he was. He sent his press secretary, which, yes, we get it. The press secretary is the one that relates the message. Yes, I get that. I get that. But when he said himself that he will address the issue, he did not. So 1 week into to 1 week it took to let us know that these drones were from private citizens who own drones and are able to just research whatever research they're doing in the skies. Because again, we don't know what it is and what that just doesn't make sense that someone has that type of permission to make research, but the other citizens are not allowed to know what type of research is being performed. That doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. I think you have to read between the lines on that one because there's a lot more going on than what we see. Not saying that I see, but there's always that what if, the possibilities. You can't rule those out. So, I'm sure I got you guys' attention by now. There's a lot of things, as I said, is going on. Little by little. You got Space Force in full effect. You know, as soon as it seems like Trump was making a lot of big moves, especially with technology. There's a lot of big moves going on. You know what I'm saying? One thing I can say is that if there was an extraterrestrial race here on planet Earth, and, I mean, at the end of the day, if they were to try to speak to the top of the creme de la cremes, they would want to know, okay, wait a minute. These people are not being hostile towards us. Let's be friendly with them, but let's make a deal with them. Hey, how about if you let me abduct a couple of your people? I'll hook you up with my technology. How about that? Now remember, that's just in theory because I don't know. There's no way of me proving that that is a possibility. But you can never rule out anything, I hope you guys hit that like button, man, and show this channel support. I'm trying to raise this channel. It's brand new still. And I'm trying to be more active on this channel, to let you guys know a lot of things that are happening in this world. Like you guys already know, I stick to these topics of UAPs, extraterrestrials, all that type of good stuff, because we know what time it is. So, you're probably trying to figure out, okay, he haven't got to the answering the question. What are UAPs? All I got to tell you is watch 60 Minutes on YouTube, the show 60 Minutes. Man, you guys will want to check that video out. Drones, swarms inside the U.S. could be spying and the ability to detect. Check out that video by 60 Minutes. And you conclude what you think is going on. You decide. So thank you all, subscribers, for all you guys that stuck by with me all through the whole time, even though I took a big break out of YouTube, but now I'm back, hopefully full time here, trying to get this going. So I'm hoping that you guys help me grow this channel by hitting that like button. Because like I said, this is like a store, right? You go inside a store, in order to grab the products from the store, you're going to be buying them. You're not going to be stealing them. You're not going to walk out that store without paying. So all I ask is that you pay me by hitting that like button. That's all. And hit that comment section down below and let me know what you guys think about this situation I just said. Not only this, tell me about any other videos you want to talk about that I've posted. Because at the end of the day, I will respond to everyone. Everyone. So if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. And get ready, man, because like I said, that's why I always say now, are you ready to be red pilled? I'm out, guys. Peace.